Tonight for the Charlotte Diocese to release a full list of local priests accused of sexual abuse with children.
It's a serious issue I've covered for months. Earlier today, a man filed a police report in Boone claiming that 2 priests abused him as a young teenager. Our Dave Faherty is live there tonight with the allegations and the response by the church.
Allison, we know the man who's making the allegations was here at police headquarters in Boone for more than 5 hours earlier today, meeting with investigators. Those allegations involve 2 former priests here in the Boone area who were here in the early 1990s. Doug Dickerson walked into police headquarters to talk with investigators about 3 separate allegations of sexual assaults involving 2 priests at St. Elizabeth of the Hill Country Catholic Church.
He was showing me what an altar boy would be, what my responsibilities would be doing, and the first assault happened on the property of St. Elizabeth of the Hill Country, behind the altar, actually.
Dickerson says that assault involved Father Cornell Bradley, a Jesuit priest who came to North Carolina in the late 1980s after working primarily in Washington, D.C. and Maryland. In December, the Maryland province of Jesuits included Bradley on a list of priests who have a credible or established offense against a minor.
At 13, I attempted suicide after the first assault with Father Bradley by jumping off the side of the church. And since that point forward, it's been a revolving door in and out of psychiatric institutions trying to get treatment.
The Diocese of Charlotte says it was unaware of allegations involving Father Bradley during his time in North Carolina. Dickerson says he was assaulted 2 more times by a second priest from Boone on a trip to Carowinds and here near the Catholic Campus Ministry. The Diocese of Charlotte confirms to Channel 9 that priest, Father Damian Lynch, was later removed from his priestly ministry during the 1990s after the diocese learned of a separate allegation. They told us today they believe the allegations of abuse made against Father Lynch at the time were credible.
Our Bishop Peter Jugas have repeatedly expressed profound sorrow over the incident of child sexual abuse. If that's the case here, the first thing, the most important thing we can say is we're sorry.
The diocese also encourages any victim of sexual abuse anywhere to go to authorities. Dickerson hopes the diocese goes one step further and releases the name of the priests who have broken their vows and abused children.
And creating that transparency and coming out with that list, it makes them as if they're admitting guilt, and I don't think that that's something that they're able to do.
We asked the Charlotte Diocese about this afternoon. They said that discussions are already underway on whether or not to release the names of former priests, Allison.
All right, Dave Faherty in Boone for us tonight. Dave, thank you. And this is actually something I've been asking the Charlotte Diocese about since back in October. It's now March, and the diocese tells me they still have not made a decision. But abuse in the church is a topic that will come up again in June when U.S. bishops meet to talk about stringent new goals laid out by the Pope. The Charlotte Diocese tells me that Bishop Jugas will be there.